Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm gonna be talking about how to get started learning how to code the simple way. I'm gonna explain what I learned and how I learned, and then you can share your opinion about coding, whether you are inexperienced or starting a new experienced coders. If you are a web developer or a programmer, we can get a lot of benefits from you here. So let's talk about it. And this is a two-way conversation, so make sure you submit a questions or a comment which are appropriate to this video, to the subject of the video. So again, we're talking about how to get started with learning how to code and what coding language should you start with first, and how do you decide which one should you do. So if we never met before, my name is George Shamoun, and I am a telco design engineer. We're gonna be talking about coding, because coding is a good skills to have. You don't have to be experienced. Just do some basic coding. It will help. And if you have any questions, submit it in the comment, and let's talk about it. What coding language should you learn? What coding software? What do you need? What kind of resources you need? Computers, phones, code editors, etc. There's different items you need, or tools, resources to get started with learning how to code. You need time and effort. There's a lot of free resources, and you can take classes. I like to take classes and recommend taking classes, because learning for free on your own, you're not gonna be able to know where to go and what kind of information you're looking for, and you're not gonna have a feedback. Learning how to code, we're gonna be talking about it. I'm not an experienced coder, but I am technical. I am a telecom engineer, and on a side, I learned technical software, some codes, but I'm not that, but we can share, my experience, and you can share your experience too. So let's see who's in chat. Welcome, Ocho. Sholetta 3, hello, welcome. Brim, Bran, hi, welcome. Just your ordinary fish with hands said, hi, welcome. Hope you are having a great day. Yeah, I'm having an okay day. I can't complain. So, okay, welcome. So, let me know if you're a software developer. Are you a coder? Are you a programmer? What kind of job do you have? I am a telecom engineer. I design, circuits, and I work for a company. But on the side, I learn technical softwares. That's why I like to talk about them on this channel, and I like to share my opinion, what I'm learning, and you can give me ideas. You can share your ideas too. And how to start with coding. How to learn codes, and it depends what you need it for. First, you have to decide. Nobody wanna learn. I mean, this is me. I don't wanna learn any skills that doesn't have any benefits. And sometimes you learn a skill that you think it will be beneficial for you, but it turned out to be not beneficial. So you have to decide on the end result, and what are your goals, what are you trying to achieve, why you want to learn a certain skills. Because I don't know, this is me. I don't like to learn if there's no benefit out of it, either making money or you know or helping me in my job, you know. So yeah, guys, make sure you write down. I am an estimator. Wonderful. I want to learn how to use any program. Wonder Boy 15, welcome. I want to learn how to use an EEPROM program to repair the main board where the EEPROM are corrupt. Sometimes if you freeze the chip then work again, which is strange. I'd like to know why. this is this is an advanced subject. It's, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not a hardware coder. You're talking about low level coding of machines and stuff. I'm not that, I learn high level coding like web page coding like HTML, CSS, some JavaScript. So these are high level languages. But somebody recommended that to learn C and C++. At one point, I might get into it to see if I can learn it, because coding is not easy. I like it. I like the technical aspect of it and learning, but I don't know. It's not that easy. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions? So people coming in and out. Let me know if you have any questions. So let me see. I'm back. Yeah. So anyway. I never been very good with software and coding. I do Oh, okay. I do electronics repair. Okay, I see. Well, if you do electronics repair, you must be very technical and advanced. Advanced. So I don't know about electronics much. So I work with software and that's it. So what industry you work for in electronics? Are you in school or you have a job, and what industry do you work for? What kind of electronics? Is it like for cars, for aircraft, for boats, for what? What kind of electronics? For what? So, because sometimes if the electronics are cheap, instead of fixing it, you can buy one new one instead, because it depends what you're working on. Anyone else have any questions about learning how to coding? I work for myself. I just set up my own business, mostly TV and game consoles at the moment. Oh, that's very good business. I think the game consoles, that's a very good business. Yeah. So, are you in the U.S. or overseas, Wonder Boy 15? Are you in the U.S.? Yeah. So I guess you don't need to learn programming for this kind of hardware and electronics. In England, okay, okay, UK, okay. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in this this late in the night. What time is it over there? Is it like 2 o'clock, 2 a.m.? I have the feeling it's 2 a.m. in England now, because my time is US Eastern time, almost 10 o'clock, 10 plus 5. So it must be 3 a.m. in England, right? It's 3 a.m. now, almost. Yeah, so I don't think in clever enough for coding. Oh, if you don't need it, it doesn't make sense to learn it. This is nearly 3 a.m. Yeah, yeah. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you don't need a skills, don't learn it, because it doesn't make sense. You have to have a use for it, and it has to have some benefits, so you don't waste your time and you don't use it, then you forget it. Because myself, I was intending to build websites for people, make web pages, and I haven't been doing that. I got so busy inside the tracks, so I haven't been that, and I don't know how to get customers to make a website, for them. So it's very, I'm not focusing on it, so it's not that easy. But I learned HTML. HTML, CSS is not difficult, but you have to know where to find the resources and how to read the manuals, because even if you learn it, you forget it if you don't use it all the time, you kind of forget it, and you don't use the same codes all the time, But what's good about coding, you can reuse the code. You don't have to remember everything. Just understand how it works and know where to find the codes and what it does. This is HTML, CSS to make a web page, and JavaScript are not that difficult. JavaScript is difficult, I found it, but learning HTML, CSS to make a static page is not that difficult, and it's easier than programming languages like Python and you know, and C++, Fortran, COBOL, and those languages. So I've heard that AI can create programs now, and Chat GPT. It's scary how good AI is getting. Yes, I believe it. I believe it. AI is great, but it still does not do the job of a human being. So what you want to do, you want to use AI to enhance the process and to expedite what you do. It's good. I mean, it's not gonna take anybody's job. Maybe simple jobs like those mini chats. When you get to a website, it start asking you, yeah, this process is automated, but still, even though it's simple to set up mini chat using AI, and you don't find all the time the answers. So nothing like nobody can replace, no machine can replace a human being. This is my opinion, but it can affect the simple tasks. Yeah, you can automate simple tasks and the AI will take it over, but don't think AI will take over all jobs, technical and non-technical. You still need a human being, because the AI is as good as people who are programming it or feeding it information. If somebody is not good, just like a programmer, if a programmer doesn't know how to program and make a bad program, it's not gonna be good. So, but definitely, it's a great AI is good. It's Chat GPT and other software. It's getting into every industry. So it must be good, definitely, and a lot of demands for it. But I don't think it will. It's gonna generate the same output, so you can tell once you read it. It's not a human being. You know, that's very true. I agree. The AI is only as good as the program. Yeah, yeah. Just like, let's say a programmer know how to use the C and C++. This is difficult, and if a programmer is trying to make a program in C and C++ and he doesn't know what he's doing, it's not gonna give you the right output. Same thing with the AI. Biz Boost Central, yo, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're talking about how to learn how to code, how to get started. I'm not a coder. I'm not a web developer or a programmer, but I learned this on a side. My main job is a telecom engineer. I am in the telecom industry, and I like to learn on a side technical tasks like software coding, and I like to share what I'm learning, and I like to hear from other people. So this is a two-way conversation. You can submit your questions and comments as long as they're related to this topic we're talking about. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you like my presentation and you like this kind of topics about technology, codes, engineering, telecom engineering. This is what I know, networking, and and maybe how to make a business ideas for based on technical stuff like this, because it doesn't make sense to learn skills that it's not going to help you in anything. So I'm going to assume that everybody have an end result, a goal. That's why they're learning certain skills. So, and yeah, anyone else have any questions or comments or subscribes? Thanks for subscribing, Big Biz Boost Central. Yeah, share your comments, your opinions about what we're talking about. I'm talking about how to start learning how to code. Maybe we can talk about coding and coding languages and what do they do, what they are used for. Like, do you know C, C++? What do you use it for? Do you know Fortran? What do you use it for? Do you know COBOL? Do you know uh, scripting languages? Like, I mean, they call them programming language, but I don't think they are scripting language. They are high level programming, like PHP, JavaScript. PHP is for the server side. It's I didn't learn it yet, but I intend to learn some of it, and then JavaScript is good. So those are for web development, mostly. If you want to build an application for a website, you have to have. There's no way around it. You have to know HTML, CSS, some JavaScript, and another back-end language like PHP, Python, do even JavaScript. You can use it on a back end of a server, using a Node.js server. So you can use JavaScript for the front end and the back end. You don't even have to learn JavaScript, because JavaScript is very important because it makes the website interactive. But if you're starting new, you can make a web page which is static, does not have any functions, using HTML and CSS. Then in the future, you'll add JavaScript to it. So I did computing class at college. We were tasked with making a working calculator program. I failed miserably. Yeah, that's not an easy one, I guess. Yeah. I learned in college Fortran, I mean, I'm not going to say I learned it. It was very difficult. And uh, I mean, maybe the instructor was not good. He was not making it easy. And I think Fortran, it was Fortran 77. I don't think they used it in colleges long time ago to, as, as an introduction to programming. And I don't think you should use Fortran it was Fortran for engineers, and I don't think it's suitable for somebody who's starting with coding or programming or engineering or technical. It's very difficult. I couldn't understand it. I barely got C on, I passed it, but with difficulties. It was not that easy, and I didn't get any benefit out of it. And I knew back then that this programming language is difficult for a beginner. They should have an easy. And Colin, what's your favorite programming and why? Okay, I will let you know in a minute. So nowadays in colleges, they're not gonna teach you Fortran initially. They start with Python, because Python is one of the easiest languages. It's English-like. You can look at it. It's not easy or simple, but it's easier than C, C++, and other languages. So, what's your favorite, Colin? What's your favorite programming language and why? Okay, I will tell you. I like the. I don't think these are programming languages. They're coding languages. I like HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript, because I was able to learn them. If you learn something and you find it, you know, you make progress, you will like it. So, but it depends what you want to do with it. I intended to learn to build websites for people, so I learned HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript. But I couldn't make a meaningful website, because you have website builders, you have ready websites, like the content management systems, templates. You have Squarespace. So you don't want to start from scratch coding. But I like to learn PHP, which is the back end language. I like to learn that, because they told me it's easy. You can build applications. And I don't know any other. That's a good question. I'm not a programmer. I am an engineer. I am a telecom engineer. And we use technical software. And on the side, I like to learn programming and stuff like that. But my next language, I started to learn Python, but I found out it doesn't make sense to learn JavaScript and Python similarities. So I felt that the syntax is similar. They changed the name, so it didn't make sense to me because I started to learn JavaScript, which is not, I don't think it's a programming language, it's a scripting language or a high level programming language. But at one point I want to get into C to see what it does, because they told me C is the main, is one of the main languages that once you understand C, you understand, other languages easier, So, because JavaScript and other languages, the high level language, there's a lot of, translation. There's so many layers, but if you learn C, you're getting close to the hardware. Somebody told me that, so I don't know. Uh, so, I think I was going to learn how to code. I would ask an AI to create a specific program and then read the code and see the AI did it. Yeah, that's yeah. You can try that. All right, I got to go, but I'll definitely watch more and come to streams. Okay, welcome, Connors. Make sure you subscribe. This is how you get notifications. Maybe you could find a local class to help you learn C. Yes, yeah, I need to learn to get, to enroll in a class. But right now, I want to learn some language that, or course or skills that aligns with my job. And now I am trying to learn, more, get into networking because I am in a network field, telecom and network. But, and I want to learn more about networking and maybe get certified because getting certified is very important. Once you get certificate in certain skills, and so yeah, because a programming language, I'm not going to be able to use it now in my job or I can use it on the side, but now I'm very busy, So yeah. Anybody else questions, comment? Let's see if there's any more comments here. Let me. Yeah. Do you plan? Maybe. Yeah. The voice within. Welcome, brother. I am 20. I work construction. Graduated high school recently, but I've been stuck in my current job. Any advice? Okay. Yeah, you're still young. What do the voice within? Are you in the US or overseas? If you're in the US, I can give you some ideas. If overseas, it's kind of difficult for me to give you ideas. If you're in Europe or in the Middle East or Far East, are you in? Where are you? The voice within. Are you in the US or outside the US? What country? I mean, even if you're overseas, you can learn a skill that you can do it remote. Do you plan to leave the business, have your own business? I tried to have my own business online, but it didn't work for me. Maybe I'm not a good marketer, marketing. I'm not good in marketing or advertisement or networking or messaging. So that's why it didn't work for me. So I want to keep my job. It doesn't matter what I do because the job, there's some kind of stability on a job. I mean, no job is stable. You go anytime they want. But having a job, at least you're getting a constant salary and you can do something on the side. I mean, some people do something on the side and when it takes off, they quit their job. I don't intend to do that. I intend to make extra money on the side, but keep my current job because it's not me to have those LLC and go through legal paperwork, taxes, this and that. I don't know how to. I don't want to get into this. I want to be an employee and have something on the side. That's what I'm thinking. And okay, so the, I like telecom. I've been doing it for 20 years, so I like it. That's why I don't want to leave it. I would not change. That's not related 100% to telecom. So that's why I like the technical stuff. The voice within in the US. Okay, the voice within. Uh, there are a lot of jobs. Just get online, get on the websites where they have jobs like Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, CareerBuilder.com. There are so many websites. Just get on the internet and find a job. And what do you like to do? I mean, you do construction, but you must have some kind of skills that you like to do, even within the construction business. Let's say you might be measurements with. I'm sure you know about measurements, numbers. You can do a lot. Maybe, yes, I understand. I was an electrician for 10 years, but I had back problems, so that's why I am trying to do electronics repair now. Oh, that's Wonder Boy 15. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, electronics, I mean, it's a good field because everything runs on electronics nowadays, software and hardware. If you know hardware, you're good. Like electronics, if you know software, you're good. And if you know both, it's much better. Let's say now you know electronics. If you learn another language that works somehow with electronics, you'll be good. So, but so what you do, what I recommend somebody who's trying to learn a skill or who's trying to finish, to have another job on the side, see what you like. First, what do you like to do? And then look online to see what kind of jobs available that aligns with your skills. And what are your skills? What kind of skills do you have? What do you like to do? And to intersect. They have, if you look, like, when you have Venn diagram, they have those three circles and they intersect in the middle. This is what you do. First, you know you draw a circle and you type in it interest. What do you like to do? Everybody in this life have something they like to do, whether they make money out of it or not. They like something to do. Now, then you look at another. You type. You would draw another circle that it, and write in it what skills do you have. So the first one is, what do you like to do, and the second one, what are your skills, and the third one, what kind of jobs are there that are close to your skills and your interest. So you type that, in that line, in that circle, jobs, this and that, and those three. If you find what's common among those three, like where they meet, where they intersect, you will have a good idea what to look for and what to learn. So, yes, apparently Arduinos are good to learn basic programming of electronics. Maybe I will get one of those. Yeah, what's good too, from what I hear, the Raspberry Pis too. If you know Linux, because I like Linux. I use Linux a lot and the command line, and Raspberry Pi will do a lot. I have not used it, but if you learn, that's a good idea. If you learn Linux and how to use the command line and some basic scripting, that will help with electronics, I think. And also learning Linux operating system, because is a good idea, because Linux will teach you the command line, and it's got all kind of tools for programmers and web developers. It comes bundled in it in Linux. Like, you don't need much to install, like Windows and other system. You just install Linux and you start. You find out that it has Python an interpreter. You can type like a Python program, statements from the command line, and you can use it for PHP. You can use it for JavaScript. You can use it for all kind of programs, because Linux is operating system is built on C, the C programming language, and Rust. I think Rust, maybe Rust. Yeah. So those two, Linux is a good skills to have. People have said I should learn more about Linux. Yes, because it runs on most systems. Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good idea. I mean, I forgot about this. Just Linux came to my mind right now. Yeah, Linux. is an operating system that's customizable, and it's open source. Open source, it means you can use it, you can make changes to it. I mean, to a certain degree, and it's free, but for home use and for a trial. But I don't think it's gonna be free for commercial use. You cannot do a Linux program and you start selling it. There's a lot of legal things you have to know about it that I don't know about this. But Linux, you have it for free at home. You can install it on your computer. You can use it for free, and it will teach you the command line, how to use the command line. It's got so many tools, and it runs, the core operating system of Linux. It runs on so many machines. Like, it's not the same one. They customize it to their benefits or to match what they're doing, but it's all Linux. Like they say, even if you're flying in a plane and you're watching those screens, the TV screen on the they don't run Windows and they don't run Mac. They run some kind of Linux. So most machines, most electronics that needs programming, they run Linux. Some kind of Linux, or Linux variant. Linux operating system you can run on a desktop. It's got the GUI and everything, but you can use part of it, like couple layers. You don't have to use the whole operating system to run on a small machine. Like let's say electronics like refrigerators, microwaves, all of these which have programmable electronics. They tell you they run some kind of Linux. Most of them, it's called, they call them embedded systems. That's the right word, embedded systems. Electronics that runs, smaller programs. Like, you don't need a full-fledged operating system to run electronics or those machines. Like, let's say you have a TV. Your TV, it's so programmable to the point it runs on computer, and the part of the operating system is Linux, some kind of Linux. It's not running Windows, it's not running Mac, So yeah, Linux runs on, and it's very efficient system, stable, and it's the top 500 fastest computer in the whole world. They run some kind of Linux operating system. So the voice within. I have a laptop. Do you think I could practice or learn from here, or PC? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can have a laptop. You can have a laptop whether it's running Linux, Windows, or Mac. You can download the Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is a code editor, and it's free. It's done by Microsoft, but it's great. You can learn HTML, CSS, and I'm sure it's got plugins to learn other programming languages. So download, start with uh, a code editor like Visual Studio Code. Start with this and see, dabble with it. Try this thing. You may not like it. You may like it. If you like it, you go with it and start learning. And I think it's a good idea to learn initially HTML, CSS to make a simple web page, even though these are not programming languages. They're coding languages, or the HTML, CSS. The HTML is a markup language, and the CSS is a styling language. They're not programming, but this is how you start writing certain codes that will produce some result on the screen, and it's easy. It's easier than learning. Start with Linux and doing C++, and those. It's much easier to start with codes, and then see what they do. You may like it. You learn JavaScript, then you start making web pages. If you have a business, business people, they might need websites, web pages. You can do that. But a laptop, yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have a PC, desktop, laptop. They all work. Just download Visual Studio Code, which is for free, and start looking at it, learning. And what I did to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, some JavaScript, not the whole, I joined a program, a membership site. Somebody who is a programmer, who a developer, he have a lot of experience. So I joined their course. I'm not, I discontinued. I canceled it now because I don't have time for it. But I want to learn again something different. And they're telling me to learn. Python. Python is a good programming language. It can be used for a lot of applications. Python is great. If somebody want to start learning programming, Python is good. It's used widely in technology and in data science and statistics, machine language. But you have to learn other skills with it. Not only Python. Python is not enough by itself, but it's big part of data science and AI and other technologies. Yeah, anyone else questions, comments? Let me know if you have any questions. I hope I'm helping you guys. I must go. Thanks for the chat. Appreciate your advice and love your passion and enthusiasm for programming and helping. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, make sure you subscribe before you go, and so this way you get notification next time. Yeah, welcome. Anybody else have any questions? I guess people tuning in and out. So let's. Anybody else questions, comments? So I can help you with my basic knowledge. I'm not too advanced when it comes to technology, but we can talk about it. I am in a telecom industry. I am a telecom engineer, but technical and like to learn about technology and software and coding. But I'm not very advanced. But we can. Yeah, anyone else questions, comments? Are you learning how to program? Are you a programming? Let me know what kind of language you like to learn and why. You know, I learned the basics of HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript, but you have to have a reason why. Yeah, you're welcome. The voice within, you're welcome anytime. Yeah. Yeah, make sure you subscribe so you'll get notification next time. If you have any questions, we can help you more. Have a good night. Yep. Thanks for your time and for stopping by, for tuning in, I should say. Anyone else questions, comments? Anyone else questions, comment about technology, programming, coding, how to get started? Visual Studio Code is a good software to free one to install on your computer or laptop and start learning how to code. It can cover a lot of languages. So, anyone else questions, comments? Let me see if I have any. Yeah, questions, comments. Let us know. Share your opinions about coding languages, programming. Are you learning how to code? Why? And this is a two-way conversation where we're sharing topics about the coding and why you want to learn how to code. What kind of programming language are you interested in? All of these should be based on certain criteria. First, your interest and what you want to do, what kind of job you're looking for, and if there are jobs related to what you are trying to learn. Because if there is no job, it doesn't make sense, to learn a skill unless you want to do it a hobby, just, to waste time or spend time as a hobby. Anyone else questions, comments? Let me know. Welcome to the video. Questions, comment. Okay. So I guess no more questions coming in. So I guess I have to wrap up the video because no more questions coming in. So if you tuned in later on, submit your questions about learning how to code, how to get started, what software you need, and how to start learning. So because I don't see any people are tuning in and out, and yeah, let's wait to see if somebody have any questions. If you have any questions, let me know about. We're talking about coding and coding languages, and what to decide, what to learn, how to decide what to learn, what kind of languages, what programming languages, how to get started. Uh, Myself, I am a telco engineer, and I like technology and software, how to use them. And I learn coding on a side. I'm not a programmer, but I like to learn it as a side hobby and to make it a business at one point. So I want to know what's your opinion about coding, what languages, what you do with it, and yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Submit your questions and. It's getting late, I guess. Yeah. Anyone have any questions? Questions, comment. Let me know. We're talking about programming and programming languages and how to get started, how to get start with how to code and what coding languages. So I learned the basics of HTML, CSS. I can make a simple web page. I enjoyed it, but at one point you want to know why you're learning. I learned HTML, CSS, and some JavaScript. JavaScript, I found it very difficult. I couldn't learn it. It's very difficult. And then I turned to learn Python, and Python is similar to JavaScript. So I figured I have to learn JavaScript before I learn Python, because Python is a back end language, but JavaScript you can use it for the front end and back end. So if you're here to share ideas, let us know what's your questions, what's your opinion about codes, what's your what do you use it for, if you know any programming languages. Questions, comments. If you have any questions, let me know. Technology, about coding, how to get started with coding. Obviously, I cannot cover every topic, but I am a telecom engineer. I can talk about telecom engineering, but I'm learning on the side coding, so we can talk about coding too. Uh, what language is good to learn, how to get started, which one is easier, and why you want to learn it, and what uh, what do you need to learn coding. What's good. It's you put effort, you put time, you take a course, and it's not that expensive. You can install Visual Studio Code on your machine. It's for free. You don't have to pay for it. This is how you get started with coding. But you want to decide what you want to do. Let's see. Yeah, if you're on this video, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions about learning new skills, or learning how to code, or how to use coding for a business ideas, technology, etc. All right, I guess no more questions coming in, so I guess I'm gonna have to wrap up the video. Thank you so much, whoever tuned in. And if you will be on a future replay, just submit a question or comments in a chat box, and I will try my best to help you and answer you. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.